the director of 3 schools of ministry. One is in Baltimore, Maryland, one is in Wilmington, Delaware, the other in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I have partnered with a very, very dear life coach friend in Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, I should say, and I'm going to be opening a school of ministry there, and also in North Carolina. And those schools are going to be off the launching pad as of first of the year. I got into life coaching because I'm also a pastor of a church, and I don't know if you know anything about pastors. People tend to bring their problems to the pastor, and the pastor tends to do everything that they can to kind of tell them what they ought to do and guide them, you know, through the Word of God. Believe it or not, since I've taken the life coach certification, understanding that people's problems and the solution lie with them, and I've learned to ask the right questions, and I've learned to allow them the opportunity to search themselves, come up with what the problems are, speak it out of their own mouth, take ownership of it, and then guide them into resolving their very own issues. And believe me, my office doors are not as often going around and around and around like they used to. And so today, I'm here to tell you that getting to where I am today was no overnight success. It took a lot of years of hard work and preparation, but believe me, it paid off, and it does pay off. Last year in October, I'm a teacher by profession, but 1 year ago, October 14th, I had a choice to make. I had a trip scheduled for South America for a 10-day missions trip, and I let the school know that I needed 10 days off, and it got approved, but they were shorthanded for teachers that particular month, so they told me that they withdrew my 10 days off, and they said, if you still work for us, then you need to show up at work. On October the 14th, I had a choice, either show up and go to work or lose my job, or to go to JFK in New York and catch the plane to South America. That was a major decision for me, because my job up until that point had been my livelihood. I depended on that job. I had to pay my bills. And even though I was doing the other stuff with the School of Ministry and there was income there, I did not see that as my source of income. I saw that job as my source of income. So there I was at the crossroads. I had to do one or the other. So I chose to go to South America. I have not gone back to the secular job environment since then, and I'm still paying my bills. I'm still driving my car. I'm still doing, and guess what? My income has increased because I'm no longer divided. I am living and doing my passion. My passion is teaching. I like to teach people how to get better at what they're doing, how to show them how to get there, and then I clap my hands and say congratulations when you get there. I like to see people bettering their lives, bettering themselves, and I know the pitfalls that we run into. Some days we feel like giving up, and we need something to hold on to. One of the main things that I had to change in my environment was I had to connect with the right people. Yeah. You've heard that in so many places, so many ways. Yes, there are people that are our family or our friends or in our neighborhood, people that we know, but everybody is not vested in where you want to go. Everybody, while they may not want you not to succeed, they're not going to help you succeed. We want those people in our friendly environment to just springboard us forward to where we want to go. They don't always do that. That's not their purpose. So if what you want is out there, then you are the one that has to take you out there. What you have in the very first one here, these are some people that started out with nothing, and they wanted to have a major business, a major corporation. They didn't want to work for anyone else, and they had power statements that helped them whenever they felt like they wanted to give up. One says, I am an entrepreneur. This is how he managed to thrive. People have to have thriving statements. Find your thriving statement. Whatever makes you keep going when you want to stop, that's your thriving statement. Mine just happens to come from the Bible, Psalms 56 and 13. When I want to give up, when I want to sit down, I go to Psalms 56 and 13. And it says, Thou hast delivered my soul from death. Will not thou deliver my feet from falling, that I may walk before God in the light of the living? That's mine. I can do this. That's exactly what I'm telling myself. I've been delivered, and I can do this. Whatever it is in your heart, your passion, your desire, your dream, wherever you want to take it, the power to get it there lies within you. Now, under the entrepreneur, you'll see we never sat still. Whatever obstacles we faced many. We tried something new. If one thing didn't stick, we tried something else. There are so many people that give up after one or two failures. That's what they call it. Well, this didn't work, that didn't work, I must be on the wrong path. Well, whenever you think you're on the wrong path, go back to that person within. What does that small, still voice, what is that person within telling you that you want to do? What gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning? What gives you a reason to just keep going? For some, it's their children. I do it for my kids. But if that's your passion, if that's your reason, then that's what you do. Me, I have made up my mind that I am going to live until I die. That means there's no sitting down, there's no stopping, there's no compromising. I love to teach, I love to help people, and as long as I have an opportunity, and as long as there's a door open for me to do it, I'm going to do it. There have been times along the way when I've had to do it alone. Alone simply meaning that I wanted a partner to the left, I wanted a partner to the right. They didn't see the same vision I did, so they didn't want to walk with me. So I had to make a decision to stay there with them or walk alone. But guess what? Every time I made the decision to go forward, God always sent somebody that would walk with me. There was somebody on the next level waiting for me to get there. And they were my friends and my confidants and my colleagues at that level. And of course, every level you go to, you might find that somebody is satisfied right there. But if you're not satisfied there, then that means you've got to move again. Don't ever be afraid to move forward, because there's always going to be somebody there when you get there. They paid some dues too, and they are going to help you keep going. You need to have the right circle. So I have this for each one of you because I have a lot of ground to cover in a little bit of time. So you'll be able to take this and you'll be able to read this on your own. These statements that these people have taken in order to help them thrive. These are their thriving statements. And I do want to tell you about Dan Smith's statement on the next page. It doesn't matter if it's a 5.5 billion enterprise or 5 continents or 25 people in a mill. You need what? The right people. The right people. Remember that. Just because someone comes along and they want to help, and I have quite a few well-meaning people in my circle, and they're telling me all the time, I want to help, what can I do? But believe me, what I need them to do, they can't do. So I like that, and I appreciate them for that, but I've had to learn that I can't pay people for a service that they cannot deliver. And there have been many people that I have found along the way because they didn't want to turn away a friend or somebody that was, you know, very interested in wanting them to succeed, but they didn't have the skills that they needed to help them go to the next level. By the same token, I have also paid out money to some who have said they were going to deliver a certain product or a service, and they didn't. Well, I've had to learn to be very wise and not continue to do that practice. So, yes, you are going to have to invest in yourself. We're going to talk about that a little bit. And yes, you're going to have to invest in your business, but you're going to have to do it so wisely, okay? So, find your thriving statement. Your thriving statement, again, is that statement that will keep you going when you want to give up. It's the human side of us that wants to give up, especially when we don't see immediate results. Everything that you do isn't going to give you immediate gratification. Think about the farmer. He goes out there and he plants seed here. Then he's got to cultivate the land, and he's got to wait for rain, and he's got to be out there picking up, weeds and bushes and all that sort of thing. And it takes a while, and then the harvest will come. But you keep planting, and your harvest will come. Now, the next segment that I want to, first of all, I've come up with this principle that works, and it works for me, and I use it. It's the S, S, W, W. The S, first S, is see it. And all of us are going to, I would like you to humor me, and I'd like you to do the S part with me. The S is see it. All of us around this room, we have a dream in our heart. We have something that we want to do. Doesn't matter who's done it before you or who will do it after you, but there's something that you want to do. I want you right now, all across the room, is close your eyes and see it. I want you to close your eyes right now, and I want you to see that vision. Come on. Yes, right? I want you to see it. If it's a building, what does it look like? What does your office look like? What do your clients look like? What does the service that you're contemplating, what does it look like? What state will it be in? How will it change your life? Will you be driving the same car? Will you be living in the same house or an apartment? Will you move to a new place? You need to see it. That is your vision. That is your dream. Make it as widespread as you want it. Okay, now you can open your eyes. You have to see it. That's yours. And once you see it, you've got to own it. There are going to be people, I can't believe you want to do that. What do you mean? Oh, I see you more so as this instead of that. When you own it, it doesn't matter if I say, well, you impress me as being the type of a person that would open up a restaurant. You have no desire to open up a restaurant. Do you know how many people have been talked out of their dreams? Because somebody else says, I see you more of a choreographer or a ballet dancer or whatever. And in her heart, she wants to do something else. When you see it, own it. Once you own it, you've got to start speaking it. You have got to, that's your second S, you have got to find a way to put it in your life, your everyday life, your conversation. And you can do that without being injecting yourself into other people. What do you do for a living? You know, that kind of thing. Hello, my name is Marcy. What's your name? What do you do for a living? Well, right now, I happen to be doing this, but I'm working on, or I'm planning to be. You see what I mean? You've got to start speaking that vision that you see, whatever it is. Oh, I'm driving a Honda today, but tomorrow I plan to be driving an I've been looking at Alexis's lately. Have you seen the new Alexis or whatever? You've got to put it in the atmosphere. This is where I am, but this is exactly where I'm going. Okay? I was riding down the road one day and I saw this sticker on a car. I don't know what kind of car it was, but people have a nickname for them. They call them hoopties. And it said, my other car is a Mercedes-Benz. Right. They're riding in this little thing, and with the tag saying my other car is a Mercedes-Benz. But that just let me know. I said, that person has got dreams. They're trying to get somewhere, okay? So, now this is the part for speaking it. This is so that each one of you will know a bit about me. Your life is speaking. Are you listening? We're not going to be going through, you can read this on your own, but I want to give you the 12 steps. Remember, I told you I'm going fast because I have a lot of stuff to cover and I want to get it all out. Okay. This is how your life is speaking to you concerning